Hello and welcome to AFA Season 2, Episode 7. This is a Halloween special. If you are watching this on YouTube, may I please just inform you for your own benefit that this is a Halloween special. I'll be taking things much more further than I would normally because it's Halloween. I'll be seeing how far I can go in terms of getting myself cancelled on Twitter. With that in
Even
mind,
on Twitter, are you?
with that in mind, if the players would like to make themselves an X card, tonight is probably the night you'll need it more than any other.
Oh, good.
Also, could you
Yeah,
all
character
please send me a copy of your character sheet on Messenger? Because I think I might need it.
Could we have the link to the cards, please?
Link to the cards. Oh yeah, I'll put that in the private chat. So, hang on.
Is it on yet? Because I'm trying to open it, but
there you go.
Merci.
That's on our private chat there now. So yeah, this is Halloween special. So if you're somebody who gets offended or has a weak stomach, or you've just had a 1 kilogram steak, maybe don't watch this because I'm gonna make you sick.
Does being in it count as watching?
Yeah, as I say, I strongly recommend the players make themselves an X card. I actually with that on a serious note, if it does get too much, if I do creep you out a little bit too much, genuinely, we can go skip. And what I'll do is I'll skip this entire special and I'll tell you a brief explanation of what happened to link it and explain it. And if it's too much for you, we can abort.
It's very simple. As long as A, we're not grabbing Mel Gibson by the privates.
Can't rule it out.
B, not seeing parts of an elderly Kylie Minogue that we should never be able to see ever.
Definitely cannot rule that out.
And finally, as long as you don't mix up Auschwitz and Colditz again, I think we'll be all right.
I was going to say,
are you sure
how bad can it be?
I mean,
the last part doesn't really sit out right, given the fact.
Did I?
We're heading into a fascist town, and you're talking about Auschwitz. You cannot rule that out, mate.
Yeah, it's entirely possible.
Yes.
Morbius says is offended by people who get offended at the drop of a hat. Well, I mean,
nobody wears hats anymore.
This is Becky's game. No one here is brave enough to drop their hat because everyone's too afraid to try and bend down and pick it up.
Well, I was going to say, I'm afraid the hat's been dropped and jumped on several times.
Yeah. When did I confuse Auschwitz and Colditz? I mean, I do know the difference. So,
first season, our first ever game of cooperation. Actually, we found ourselves. This is when we found out that Hitler's first name was Jason, or his middle name was Jason. We found ourselves in a prison, and you meant it to be Colditz, but you kept referring to it as Auschwitz.
Oops.
All right.
Which we had a discussion afterwards.
Whoops. Okay, yes, apparently I made that mistake. But was I drunk? That's entirely possible, by the way.
she's on table beer, so she can't get drunk. It's like 3%.
Ever since his bald spot got sunburned, Lord Morbius has worn a hat. I wear hats. Hats are cool. Now, I need to get my notes up. I made a couple of brief notes at the before we begin. My session plan, basically, somewhere in here. Here's the thing.
A plan? No.
Yep, there's a plan.
I don't so much have. I don't really have a plan. I basically just make a few notes of things to remind myself that I don't want to skip, because I've got a rough idea of some of the terrible things I'm going to do that are going to get me cancelled on Twitter tonight.
Why
So,
Twitch
have you-
specifically?
Well, they're the ones that get most up in arms, aren't they?
I was going to say it's got to be bad if we're going to be cancelled on a completely different platform.
Exactly.
Session was so bad. I got cancelled on another platform.
Look at a
Yeah,
completely
so
different bunch of people cancelled us.
This might well be the last video on this channel. No, it's
It's not like we're playing masks on it anyway. So
yeah, it will be fine. It'll be fine. I mean, my character's dead in masks anyway.
If you are under the age of 18, either chronologically or mentally, please
You're
do not
welcome.
watch this episode.
We've only got Lord Morbius watching anyway. Nobody tunes in for this crap. It's all fine. And Lord Morbius has enough mental scarring already, so this is hardly going to add to it. I mean, might a little bit, but you know, we are where we are. Oh, hang on, I just left that message on screen. There we go. I'll put that away. Right now, let's recap the last session. You began in a thick fog as you were returning to the manor house. Then what happened?
We killed some guards.
Mm-hmm.
We entered the egg
straight away, did it?
We got
right.
Before that,
We're summarizing. We're
Okay,
doing
the
the
speed
bullet
cap. It's not a recap, it's a speed cap. Okay, went into the egg.
Killed some guards, went into the egg.
Mm-hmm. We split up. Some went upstairs, a couple followed
Yeah.
the guards or tried to get them deaded.
We
Went upstairs.
we all got very high.
Yeah, we burnt all the nostrum.
We burnt all the
All of it.
nostrum, and it went up all at once, and completely like eviscerated any sort of remotely non-addictiveness in the town.
We got the whole town, the whole area, wildlife, plant life, everything completely high on nostrum and addicted.
yeah.
And
In the meantime,
started
Silver
pointy
Braid left.
ears.
To quote a particular song, we were going to leave the town. We were going to leave the town quite quietly, but then we got high. We were. Then we did leave, still high as a kite.
I lost my beard.
Yes,
you lost your
I
beard.
lost my fur.
We all changed a little bit. We all changed to elf-like, didn't we?
Yeah, we all got pointed ears, and weird eyes and so on. And we went on a boat.
We did,
And
yes.
we went across to the two dwarven cities. We got to the first one, and it was completely empty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, the port was empty, wasn't
The
it?
port was empty.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we ransacked the place a little bit because why fucking not?
Spent a long time trying to break into a house.
Yep, spent a long time breaking into a house we didn't need to go into. that was especially good time management.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how very player character of you.
Yeah.
It seemed important at the time.
It did.
Yes.
It did. We then ended up having to go to the other city because we're still going off because we're following the balloon. Because the lord that we're chasing to kill is in that balloon, and he went north.
Mm-hmm.
You went over the mountain range, yeah.
We're going under the mountain range.
Yeah.
And your cunning plan to assassinate him actually accelerated him.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
going very
Which was
warrior.
unfortunate.
We're going under the mountain rather than over the mountain.
Which was unfortunate. But we've now found ourselves at the outskirts of the second city, only to discover that it's a fascist state, and the dwarf, the guards at the gate have now assumed that Gamla Red has 3 slaves in tow.
Yeah, and wasn't really happy that one of them spoke to him, Zeev, to be more precise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and shot a dart in his chest.
Yeah, that was painful.
Yeah, in order to pass, we paid the man.
That
to
was
have
We did.
the
For
proper
papers.
paperwork in order to enter the town, and now they're about to get marked on the ass cheek.
Yeah, now we're about to get branded, apparently.
Having to give up that money, that was painful.
Yeah, that was painful.
Okay. You were last seen in the tunnels under the mountain. It's a tunnel that runs right through the mountain. Just to be clear, though, that first place you went to wasn't a city. That was a work camp / docks. You haven't actually entered the first dwarven city,
Okay.
the twin cities of Ashad and Thum.
Okay.
You are in the tunnel on the end, which is like, because the Ashad is technically the other side of the mountain range. It's within the mountain. And Thum is a city outside the mountain, sort of.
Okay.
Still kind of mostly in it. We lost a player already. That was a good start.
Technical problems.
Scared
We
him.
can't hear anything.
Oh. These shiny new headphones have failed. So I probably better do all of that again in a moment. Yay!
Whilst we have a go at him for his for the fact that he says he can't hear nothing, which grammatically means he can hear everything.
Can you hear us?
Yes. Now I
Okay.
can.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Don't know what happened.
I'm not going to recap anything I just said unless you ask me to. So I'll carry on.
Thank you.
Do you need it?
No.
No, you're good. Right. So you're in a tunnel. You're heading towards the city of Ashad. The tunnel is lit by wall-mounted candle clusters for a time. And then you kind of go past the last of them, and it is just a long tunnel. Kind of, sort of, if you think of it like a underground station, so you kind of got a flat bottom and then a curved roof around the top. And yeah, it's a long old walk, and eventually you get to the point where you're just really tired. You're not sure if it's night or day, but you're definitely sure you need to sleep.
Is there anybody around? Do we see anyone walking past, or is it just empty?
Tunnel's empty, and it's quite warm down here. So you do feel you've travelled a long way from the lake. In fact, those of you sensitive to the elemental winds are aware now that you've moved out of an area of water dominance, and you're now in an area of earth dominance. So earth magic can be cast more easily here.
Are we mounting guard while we sleep? Of course. Or are we pushing on?
We should probably sleep, because they're going to make us go through all sorts of things tomorrow, and I don't want to be more exhausted than I already will be.
Can we see anything up ahead? How far does it look like we've got to go?
The only thing you can see is from the light sources you've got with you. So presumably you took the last few candles. It's really not good. Like, you can't see far at all.
Right, so you can go to sleep. I'll be on guard for the first couple of hours, and then I'll wake up the next.
Are you sure that is wise? What if somebody sees you?
I'm a dwarf.
Yes, but we are your slaves. We should be doing the watching for you.
Yeah, I could have insomnia. Could be anything.
You can explain it to them.
Yeah, as long as he explains it, we should be okay.
Okay, whilst you're on guard, Gamrad, not a lot happens, but after a few hours, I mean, you're kind of feeling tired. So presumably you've had a dinner as well, eaten some of the food you stole from the pantry when you left. So you've got plenty of fresh supplies at the moment. You got a little less in terms of durable supplies and trail rations and stuff, but you've got lots of fresh stuff at the minute.
See, I'm rather worried at the fact that in two quick successions you've said at the moment and at the minute.
Yeah, I just want to be clear because fresh food don't last.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially if not preserved.
Yeah, you got your 4 horses with you carrying stuff, plenty of stuff. So your watch passes uneventfully. You hand over to the next person. Gamlerad, during the night, you have a really unsettling dream. It's quite an erotic dream.
Oh.
Here we go.
Get ready on those X cards. You dream you're basically you're getting laid, but unfortunately the person, and this is the bit that's unsettling about it, the person Randall's left is no longer watching. He's too embarrassed. Is gone to have a cold shower, I guess. It is an erotic dream, and the person you sleep with in this dream is this kind of vile old granny. Her skin is clammy. She's got yellow and black teeth, and there's kind of this awful odor about her. But you have this dream nonetheless, and it's very uncomfortable for you.
Yeah, both in game and both in real life. Thank you very much, Becky.
You're welcome. And come the morning, then you're having your breakfast. You're doing your 3 S's basically. You're having your morning porridge. What?
Well, it's new for him to shave, isn't it?
Oh yeah. You're having 2 S's. There's no need for any of you to shave, of course, being LV type people now.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're doing your morning, one of the S's that involves a crouching position, something black and living comes out of you, Gamla Red.
I beg your pardon.
Something
What
black.
What the
and living
shit?
comes out of you during your morning shit.
I have this funny feeling that Becky watched that praying mantis video about 5 minutes before the start of this session.
I don't know what video you're referring
Okay,
to,
all right,
so I
coincidence
can assure
then.
you not within
But
the last
basically,
5 minutes of the session.
Involving
Don't-
something black coming out of a praying mantis.
Okay.
Don't give her any more ammunition.
Yeah.
No, please do. Tell me more. I could use
Oh
it.
fuck! No, that.
In fact, I'm tempted to just reskin something right now.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
no. I mean, guys, can you pass me my arm and sword, please? That'd be most
Yes.
useful.
Yeah, we'll pass it to him. At arm's length, staying as far away as possible.
Just be fucking glad it isn't diarrhea. That's all I can say.
Can we see
It
it?
didn't specify.
Are you going to be looking at Gamlarad's stool?
Well, no.
No, not
There
unless he
isn't,
points
there
it
isn't
out.
really a stool, to be fair.
So
A
the
question I
only
never
person-
thought I'd be asked.
the only person who is aware of the black wriggling thing at the moment is Gamlarad, on the assumption that you guys would not naturally be looking at his stool.
Well, no,
at
but
his poop.
more the
He asked
fact
for a
that
sword. I know what he's doing. I'm passing him a sword.
you do.
Yeah, it's got a bit stuck.
It's
It's toothpick.
Yeah.
I wouldn't use a sword for that.
Mind your business, please.
Maybe just if there's a waterfall nearby, just put your bottom in it and
Can you feel a waterfall?
no.
That's so. So I need it, and I'm trying it, the living shit.
Yeah,
The
it's
living
basically.
Just gonna beat the living.
I mean,
just gonna beat the living shit out of it.
Oh,
I mean, it's
well
a shit
played.
and it's living. So,
well
yeah.
played.
It's like a large leech. When you hit it, it kind of bursts and blood spills out of it. Your blue blood.
Okay.
Gamla Red.
First of all, guys.
Gamla Red. What the
Yes.
fuck
What?
did you eat last night?
Yeah, I don't know, but assuming we all ate the same stuff, I'll be.
That's what's worrying me.
Yeah.
I didn't think those beans were off.
Apparently, I shat a leech.
I lift up my leg to check my own.
I mean, it's not a leech exactly, but it's got antenna for a start. But other than that, it's kind of is. It's sort of what it looks like.
Well, that sucks.
Literally, yes. Oh no.
So it started quick.
Yeah, I'm in a weird DM fantasy because I'm having weird nightmares and I'm shitting monsters.
Don't worry, it's only the
Oh, no.
it's only the beginning. It'll get worse.
This is nothing.
I'm so glad. Okay, I guess there's nothing to see here. I'm feeling better already. And please, if I'm acting all weird and all, I'm gonna suck your blood, please put an end to my misery.
We
Please.
will.
Thank you.
Okay, that's fine.
Killing the dwarf in the dwarf city might not be the best thing.
Yeah, I mean,
unless we
one of
want
you,
to start.
one of you
start.
is an art magician, right? Is an art wizard. No.
I can do things with air.
Oh no, I recall that either Phil or Jason took some
I
art
got
spells.
some magic,
but
yeah, I got some magic. Yeah,
I've got mostly air and a bit of fire.
Oh, all right.
I got water and some earth.
Okay. You can lay me to rest if you can mold stone. I'm not worried. Not a single bit.
Okay.
You look more worried than I am. Shut up.
We're not worried.
We are worried. We are worried because Becky's done this to you. That leaves the rest of us open for.
Do you think she will let me off with just this?
No.
Not a fucking chance.
Yeah, me neither. And I know her way less than you do.
Just there's only one thing. Just close your eyes and just let it happen.
I'm gonna clench my butt.
Embrace it.
Just embrace the lunacy of the. I apologize, YouTube.
Yeah. Just like Ronnie did during Corporation.
Well, Giorgio's getting the Saturday treatment. It's about time.
Yeah, in fairness, I haven't made him do cybersex yet.
That is true.
No.
You know, I'm still in therapy over the Kylie Minogue thing.
Yeah, but I mean, let's face it. You at least you role played through that. The cybersex thing, you just died. I mean, because I did make them do cybersex on air.
Yep.
That was the thing.
It was.
Anyway,
it was a big thing. Sadly.
Yeah, I can tell.
Okay, but right now though, this is supposed to be spooky and horror. So because All Hallows Eve is tomorrow. So,
which means this means it's Devil's Night tonight.
More
is
ideas.
That a Scottish thing?
No, who? Am I the only one in here who's watched The Crow?
Oh,
I've
not seen The Crow. No.
Long time ago. Way long time ago.
The whole thing in The Crow in the film is the night before Halloween, where they set all the fires in Detroit, is called Devil's Night.
Ah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's where the South Park reference comes from then. When Satan does a Sweet 16 and he makes this big point of saying, no one's to dress up as the fucking Crow.
Yeah.
Makes sense now.
Okay.
All I know about the Crow is, was it the Bruce Lee's son? Was it who got shot on the set?
Brandon Lee, he died during the filming of it.
Yeah,
it's actually a very good.
Assumedly, he wasn't white. That's all I can say.
It's actually a very good film.
Right. Anyway, you have your breakfast, and a bit of water, and you carry on through this long tunnel, and you keep going and going and going. And by mid-morning, you kind of, your legs are aching. It's starting to get hungry, so you stop for some lunch, bit of bread, bit of cheese. and then get going again. A bit of a bathroom break, etc., etc., and you get going again, and eventually you come across these obstructions in the ground. So it's like basically they've built dragon's teeth and they've built pits. So it's just they're not blocking your movement, and you could actually drive a cart through the gaps, but it looks like it's to disrupt larger formations. So it's like a defensive thing to just disrupt formations.
Yeah.
But then just beyond these, so these stretch for about 150 meters or so, and then just beyond is this gigantic fan, just metal overlapping blades fan type thing.
Is it as in spinning around, or do you mean just like
It is not spinning? It is still.
It's
Are we supposed to get through this?
Terrifying.
Yes, it
must
is.
be. Can we see anything on the other side of the fan?
The fan blades overlap, so no, you can't. But they are big enough to walk through. In fact, again, you could put a whole cart through the gap. It's just that they overlap. So you'd have to sort of go up to the fan in order to sort of see through it.
Well, we're going to have to go up to the fan. That's the only way to go. Yeah.
Absolutely. There's no other sort of ways out here. It is a tunnel, but not a dungeon per se.
It's a long way back.
Yeah. So you walk up to the fan, and as you get closer, you can see stood on the other side is a dwarf figure. I say dwarf, I mean he's got his beard glued to his face. You can see it like patches of hair kind of glued back on after it's fallen off. He's got elven ears. And you sort of see bits of the fortifications. There's barricades and narrow archery firing windows and things like that you can sort of catch a glimpse of through the fan blades. And he shouts, "Halt! Welcome to Ashad. Stand in the shadow of the blades and be inspected. Whole party, please."
I shrug my shoulders.
Yeah.
Comply.
Move forward.
No more arrows in the shoulder, thank you.
Walk up behind Gamelard, I suppose. And
I'm going first.
You had a night's rest, so don't forget to reduce all your wounds by one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yay.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Now
remember.
you're getting on a bit
Measures
in the
did that or
day
not.
now as well, by the way. This has been pretty much a 2-day march through these tunnels, but you've not stopped yet. So
if I had only one minor wound, that's me clear.
if it was a minor wound of bracket 1, then it's gone, it's healed.
It's bracket 8, so it goes down to 7.
It's now bracket 7.
Yeah, down to 7.
Same for major wounds.
Yeah.
Okay. And of course, I go through first, and then I gesture them to.
Yeah. And all the horses in amongst the blades, please. And be inspected. And as you sort of stand in this area within the blades, you can kind of see the whole array of Ashad, and it's like this really very impressive fortifications. And if it was heavily manned, you could see that this could stop with 50 dwarves. You could stop 10,000, 100,000 men easily. Just because it's just so in the defender's favor. They've got so much cover, and you've got to somehow get through this spinning blade, which at the moment isn't spinning. But it appears that the only person you have seen is this one dwarf with his glued-on beard. In fact, you can see he's got a little table and chair that he's been sat at. Is currently stood up, but on that table at the moment is a pot of glue and a pile of his hair. And he gets up, he comes over. He's still got PVA all over his face.
He's going to be fucking high as a kite on those fumes.
He does stink a bit, actually, as he gets closer to you. He does stink a bit of the glue. Welcome to Ashad.
Why, thank you.
So, papers, please.
Of course, I hand him the papers for all the four of us.
Oh, that looks like a vial of blue blood around your neck and on your slaves. He drops the papers on the floor in a very kind of whimsical way. I guess I'm going to have to take a sample of your blood. Just a finger prick, nothing serious. He gets out a pin and a little pot. As you hold your finger out, please. And he jabs it right in, really very painful. And takes a little bit of your blood, seals the pot up. Okay, I'm going to take you to the waiting room now. Oh, yes, waiting room. This way, please. And he kind of bimbles off and turns over his shoulder to make sure you're following. Are you?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I follow Gamlerad's lead.
Okay. When you get into the room, he takes you down a kind of a past some of the defenses, but not all of them, into a door, and he kind of takes you into this building, and it's just this one room, and it does have metal bars, and he's kind of gesturing you to go into a cell. But there's a toilet in there, well, a hole. There's a table, and there's even a little bit of bread. It doesn't look particularly fresh, but it's not rotten. And some plates, and there's some water, fresh water. He says, we'll put your horses in the cage opposite. We'll sort them out. And then if you wait in here, and we'll get you all processed through the system.
All right, thank you.
Okay, once you all enter the cell, yeah?
Yeah.
Reluctantly, but yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He doesn't close the door, which is reassuring. He leaves the room, closes the door to the building, then you hear him go as he pulls a big lever, and as he pulls this big lever outside, the door slams shut and bolts. And you wait there.
Wow.
It was a waiting room in the literal sense.
Well, how's been your day?
I spy with money to lie.
I was about to say that. Something
After
beginning with DD.
After some time, you're beginning to get quite tired. And so you need to think about sleep.
We'll find a corner and settle down, I suppose.
Yeah, I try and curl up as far away from the hole as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I'm mounting guard before going to sleep.
Okay. You do that. Who do you wake up to follow your shift?
I can do the next one if you want.
Yeah, Finn is the next one.
Oh, I can see where this is going.
Whilst you're asleep, Gamlerad, you have a dream.
Oh no.
You feel in the dream you're much older, and you're married to this terrible woman, this old, leathery faced hag with
the one of the previous dream.
Odor. Yeah, same one.
Kylie Minogue.
You're at dinner in this really well-appointed room. You don't recognize it, but in your dream, it feels like home. Several years have passed, you think, or at least much time, and you're wearing a wedding ring, you notice. It feels like a kind of a stateroom. There are, on the walls, banners that have that symbol. Remember the symbol on the jewelry that you threw away?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That symbol is hanging on banners that are around the walls, all in sort of bright colours, the reds, whites, and blacks, as it were. And you're sat at either end of a long table with this woman, and she asks you, "What shall we name our child, our daughter?" Gamlerad, you haven't suggested any names at all yet. I mean, surely you have input into the name of our own child.
Oh yeah. I guess you're right. What about Cindy?
Cindy. It's a good dwarven name.
Or mm, I don't know any. Oh, what about Kalea?
Claire. I prefer Cinders.
That could work.
Yes,
What do you
it's
suggest?
what do I suggest?
Yeah.
Oh well, Cindy, Cinders. Your first idea. I thought that was very good.
Yeah, but do you have any idea of your own?
No, your suggestion is good, darling. Yours is great. I think you're wonderful. You're an amazing dwarf. In fact, I kind of want to bed you again right now if I hadn't just given birth. In fact, what the hell? The nurse can the nurse can look after her.
Yeah, sure.
Take me here on the dinner table.
No.
It begins with oral, and then you wake up screaming.
Yeah.
And the cell door flies open.
Okay. Did I shit my pants?
No. The cell door though
Okay.
is open, but you haven't shit your pants. No.
Okay.
You do, however, really, because you sweated a lot through these rooms you've been having. You do really wish you had more fresh clothes with you. Kind of smelling like the Fresh Prince of Bel Air at the moment.
I lean over to Gamlered. Gamlered.
What?
I don't usually like to sort of bring this up, but
And yet you're bringing something up.
Whatever it is that you're dreaming about, please don't.
Like I have a fucking choice over it. I'm getting ideas, but I'd like to see things further. Not the dreams per se. I just want to have confirmation of something.
It is not real. It's just a dream. Go back to sleep.
Yeah, but the door is open, so how about you stand up, you slave?
Oh.
God,
the door's open and no one to show us out. That's a bit strange.
The flipping guards and prisoner experiment didn't take long to take in, did it?
Yeah, nope. But I don't know if they're hearing us, so act along. So no, there's no one in sight.
No one. You're just in this room. Your horses are in the cage opposite, and there's the door, which isn't open but could be unlocked if somebody tries it.
I'm going and I'm having a look.
Okay, the door is unlocked. You stick your head out. There is no one there.
Is the door unlocked to our horse's cell?
Yep.
Oh,
if we are taking things literally, this was a waiting room, and we waited, so we can go.
Yes. It is up to you, boss.
Come on.
Maybe he just got high or sleepwalked and did that lever or something.
Yeah.
Do I see the lever outside of the building?
Yeah.
Is there anything or anyone near it?
No.
Could this maybe be opened by another lever? Somewhere else?
Don't know. You don't
yeah,
know.
I'm generally asking the others.
Oh, well, it's possible, I suppose.
So, I'm just sticking my head out of the door again. Hello? Is there anybody here?
No answer.
This is when you want to ask the question, what's scarier? If someone doesn't answer when we think that it's all abandoned, or if someone does?
I don't know, but I guess we could take our horses and maybe approach the gate and see if someone's there.
Okay, so you get your horses, get all your stuff together, and you head out of the waiting room bit. You're in amongst all the fortifications. You can see the giant fan. There is no one there. And you can proceed through the fortifications. Those are kind of your two options. You can kind of immediately head out, or you can head sort of deeper into Ashad. But there's no one here. It's just absolutely deserted.
Well, the thing. The fact is, we're going to go through Ashad to get to Thule, to get to the other side of that mountain range, so we can keep an eye on that balloon. So,
yeah. I say the general direction where we're raided is out of the question. So I say we go
deeper into
towards
the city to go through the mountain range.
Yeah. So we are going that way, I say.
Yes. Is there any noise coming from the city?
Nothing. It's just absolute quietness. The place is kind of lit by various light sources, from glowing fungi and bioluminescence and candles and braziers and stuff, and they're crackling away, but other than that you hear nothing.
I draw my
sword. So strange.
Yeah, this is very weird.
Yeah, okay, I'll draw my rapier as well then.
Oh, you think we're in danger? There's no one here. I mean,
at the risk of a terribly cliched line, it's quiet in here. Too quiet.
Too quiet.
So you head a little deeper into the city. Really, it doesn't take long to get through these fortifications. There really aren't that much. They obviously feel like what they've built is sufficient, because what they've built is actually very formidable. It's just once you get beyond that, it's like, oh, fuck me, this place is shit. Everything looks really badly built and cobbled together. It's not like the classic image of dwarves with their industriousness at all. That is purely a frontage, and behind it, it's just a fucking shambles. Nothing is maintained. Everything's broken. There are two main routes, though, from the fortification. You can kind of go into the military city of Ashad, or there's this dark tunnel down, kind of going down into the deep. You're not sure what that's about, but it's a big tunnel, but it isn't paved or anything like that. It's just got some reinforcing beams down the length of the tunnel, as you can't see far in that one.
So our choices are go into the city full of possible dwarves, or go into the big, completely black, foreboding tunnel.
But with no dwarves.
Those are kind of the main routes that you can see, yes. But as you're looking sort of over the city of Ashad, it actually looks quite small. It's basically rows and rows of barrack buildings and training areas and such. And it's all in a kind of a big cavern with a few sort of supporting pillars. And like you can see the whole city in your eye line from here. And then you kind of got this sort of big causeway going through to the city of Thune. But just above the causeway is this gold palace that kind of overlooks, and there's some gold stairs leading up to the palace.
Okay, so if you ask me, I keep reminding these references to a book I once read, like I told you last week, about dwarves being too greedy and awakening something in the mountain. So I'm not going down the pitch black tunnel. And yet I'm scared about going through the city, given the fact of all the training sites and barracks and the utter silence we're hearing.
It looks completely empty and, importantly, abandoned. Badly built.
Yep. Right.
And maybe the lever just broke and it reset or something.
So
maybe there isn't anybody here.
We have dark foreboding tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Walk through the city to Thune.
Mm-hmm.
Climb the steps to this golden palace.
I'd rather get out of here as soon as I can.
Yeah, I have a feeling that this isn't a place that this is that we are now choosing not between one good path as opposed to two bad paths. We're trying to find the least bad option.
Question: from where the gold castle is positioned, if we were to go towards the top of the castle, we'll be able to see more into Thune.
It's possible, because Thune basically is another tunnel heading off to Thune, basically, kind of a causeway type. It's it's paved type thing. And this palace is kind of overlooking your side of that tunnel entrance. It quite possibly carries through to look over Thune as well. But unless you go through, you wouldn't know.
We might want to get a bit better view of Thune before we make our choice.
You think we should go up to the palace, you mean?
Or my other suggestion is we risk going through Thune. I don't want to go down that black tunnel either.
So we're all agreed we're not hitting the tunnel.
Certainly.
Okay.
And there is a sign in front of the tunnel, because there are some signposts.
Does it say only above this height allowed in?
No, it is in Thumian, and you have no idea what it says.
Okay. Maybe it does say that then.
It could.
I think the Queen would like this palace, though.
Why do I get the feeling that Why do I get the feeling that the fucking sign actually says this way out?
It was clearly labelled exit.
To get out of the tunnel, you must take the left tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the palace end, is that what we're thinking?
That was my original suggestion.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm not particularly up for the idea of going into the palace, but if we can climb those steps, I think Zeev's right. We might get some sort of better vantage point to have a look at the area around us. Get a better lay of the land.
Yeah, it is worth it to just have a look. And then,
to get to the palace, then you have to go through Ashad, the military barracks, as it were. So you start making your way through this eerily quiet place, and everything, like, as you're kind of going through the barracks, you can sort of have a little look in the windows and stuff, and everything is like there's bedding and stuff, and it's all really neat, and as all the beds have been made, everything's kind of locked up and shut and secured. It's all really bad quality, but it looks like it was orderly put away. It wasn't like people rushed out of here. And you make your way through Ashad, which takes, it's sort of 5 minutes walking to get through Ashad. It's not a massive city.
Wow, that's tiny.
It really, like I say, you could see the whole thing from the other side, unless there's more to it down that tunnel that you're not aware of.
Where's everybody gone? It should be bustling. Should be soldiers and.
You'd expect as much.
Well, I expect that either they're all hiding in the palace, or they've all fucked off the fuel, or they're all down that tunnel. If they're all down that tunnel, regardless, it makes me ask the question: what drove them from here?
Or maybe we're just stamping into the hide and seek championship of Ashad.
Don't give the GM. Don't give this GM ideas.
It is quiet, so okay, there might be some people in the palace that we can't hear, but we would surely be able to hear a huge amount of people down a tunnel.
Yeah, depending on how deep goes the tunnel.
We've not seen any bodies or anything.
Nothing like that at all. You are now stood at the base of the stairs to the palace. Do you go up them?
It seems like the harbour at the front is just people have just disappeared.
Giorgio, as you start to climb the stairs and your hand naturally reaches for the banister, as you touch the banister, you get this flashback to a time when it feels like you were much younger, although older than you are now. Like it's a memory of the past, where you're climbing these stairs and your daughter, Cindy, says to you, "Daddy, Mummy hates it when you disturb her while she's working." And then the memory ends.
I didn't get what you said, Becky, so sorry.
Mummy hates it when you disturb her when she is working. And then the memory ends. It's like, it was just this sort of brief moment of mind fog.
I don't know if I made this clear already, since we got through the fan, but I'm not liking this place a single bit. A very single bit. Yeah.
No,
let's go.
We'll get out soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay. You climb the stairs and you put your hand on the handle to the palace, when suddenly it feels like you've just woken up and there's this dwarf holding you down. You're chained, you're being restrained across your neck as well, and he's saying, "I shall drain every last drop from you," and you can hear the sound of circular saws in the background cutting through bone. And then we'll take a short break.
Break bones.
A short break and she fucked just right off.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, see you in 5.
Okay, bye then. This is called Mud.
Ah.
Do nothing.
Do nothing.
Mm.
I can't. GMing. I've got to do something.
No, it's a collaboration.
Paranoia run amok.
It's apparently amok. Do Nothing's a band. Apparently, it's a collab.
Ah. It's quite nice. The pineapple's quite tingly.
Is it pineapple? I thought it was a lot more floral than that, like kind of elderflower and stuff.
It might be in there, but there's definitely it's either pineapple, maybe mango, or something. One of the tropical fruits.
Yeah. There are a few hops. The Citra, Motueka, and Idaho 7. So yeah, actually, the Citra would make a lot of sense. But to me, it tastes really floral. Well, Becky's having a second beer, which means she really means business.
Yes, I think we gathered that already.
Yes.
Yeah. Everyone okay?
Yes. Yes, I
Not
did.
so much my back. I've been doing a lot of mini painting.
Yeah, she's been bent over
really?
like this all the time. She's been doing mechs.
Oh, those mechs she showed, yeah.
Yes.
And many more painted.
I've had my first week of training. It's going well.
Good.
Bless you.
Thank you. That's just the COVID, don't worry. Giorgio isn't coming back, by the way. He said he couldn't take any more. He's quit the group.
Poor Giorgio.
Poor Giorgio.
He's learning what Saturday night means.
And just think, he has to meet you in person yet.
Alright, I'm just going to look at this praying mantis video you sent me.
It's not the exact one that I watched, but there's apparently loads of them. They're all just these long worm parasites. Yeah. Black kind of coming out of a praying mantis, and it's just ugh.
Poor praying mantises. If they haven't got worms, they get their bloody heads ripped off.
Yeah. It's a hard life being a praying mantis.
Wow, that praying mantis was mostly worm, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's so long. It's crazy long.
Yeah, gross.
Yes.
Ah, he's back.
Yes.
Many years later, many years later, you remember your old friends, and and this single urge to leave the city with them, and they are now just their vials of blue blood, which you have in a locket in a lockbox in your bedroom. You're in your dining room around the table, Gamlarad, teaching or reading with your daughter. She's reading some more advanced Thumium, and you're helping her. And your daughter has always had an uncanny ability to know things she shouldn't know. And whilst reading a passage of Thumian, something about the history of the regime stuff, she turns to you and looks you stone cold in the eye and says, "Mummy will be here in 10 minutes and she intends to kill you." And me.
Oh, come on, sweetheart. Why would you say such a thing?
I feel it. She is here to end us.
Okay.
She's on her way.
Okay.
It is time.
And
it's my first blood.
Okay, and where do you feel would be a nice way to hide from her and her man?
Oh, she's just coming by herself.
And do you feel we will manage to make it out?
It's always been my purpose to die in this sacrifice, and at this moment you're no longer required.
Wow. I think I'm gonna have a smoke on the terrace.
Okay, Daddy. She turns back to her book.
Won't you maybe come with me and give me a little bit of a company? Not smoking, of course.
As you wish, Daddy. She closes the book, and on the cover, it's basically an ancient tome of witch knowledge.
Do I manage to find something like a weapon of sorts going out of the palace?
Yeah, I mean, you're not in a palace. You're in your home, which appears to be one of the dwarven prefabricated, very identical homes. They're basically triangular homes. Every home is basically a square that's split into four, from the corners.
Okay.
But it's 2 stories, and you do have a balcony, a terrace thing, a neat garden, which has all the prescripted amount of gravel and bushes and bioluminescence. Conforms in every way to all of the mandatory standards. Your lounge has all of the mandatory furnishings with the mandatory level of polish, even the broken bits, because it's badly made. But yes, you do have your old arming sword that you haven't used in many years since you first came to Thu.
I'm grabbing that.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I'm going on the balcony, as I said, and I look down the street to see if I can actually see my wife coming home.
Yeah, you see her coming down the stairs from the palace. Be 8 minutes now, Daddy. 6 for her to get here, 2 for her to torment you, and then you will die.
So you'll have to watch me die, as you say.
No, I shall be first.
Oh, wow. What about we have a walk?
Okay, Daddy.
And I try and rush her out of the house.
Well, as you leave the balcony and then head for the stairs, she stops and says, "We're missing something."
The book, maybe? You want to
No,
grab it?
the people.
We are missing the people. What do you mean by that?
Yes, the people, the ones you said we would have a great adventure with one day. Well, they're not here. They've never been here. Where are they? Two nobles and the cat.
Oh. I mean, you said I got their vials in my nightstand, in a box. You said so.
In a lockbox, yeah.
In a lockbox. Okay, sorry. So I'm checking the vials, but
as you grab them, they form into Martin, Zeev, and Finney in your bedroom. They just kind of appear as you grab the vials. They're just there.
Oh, long time no see, guys.
So you hadn't lied. It is true. When it is time, we'll have a great adventure.
Yeah, We are going on that adventure right now.
All 5 minutes of it.
Yes. Maybe more if you're lucky.
2 questions. Firstly, do we look like we used to, or like the Nostrum sort of versions?
You look like your Nostrum versions.
Okay. And secondly, do we have any idea, the 3 of us, what's just happened and what's going on? Or do we just think, okay with that?
Your memory at this point in time is you spent years in the slave pits until Gamlerad managed to somehow reduce you. He arrived, he turned up, and then you just remember always being in his bedroom. And you don't really know.
That's
like
scary.
Time became meaningless to you.
So now we're basically genies.
Sure.
If that makes you feel better.
I'm not entirely sure what's happening, but
yeah, me neither, Finny. I have no clue what's going on. I'm sorry if I caused you any harm. That was not my intention, but we need to get out of here very fast. We got 4 minutes now, Cindy?
Yes, 4 minutes until you die. Well, until she arrives, and 6 minutes until you die.
What?
Okay. Yeah. We need to go.
Who's arriving? And who?
Run now. Questions later.
Why are we dying? We just got here.
No, I'm dying. You're not, hopefully. So.
Yes, they get eviscerated.
Okay. We're
yes,
all going
run now.
Yep, we're going good now.
Yes.
As much fun as that sounds, I think we should go.
Running like a souped-up gazelle on crack.
And you all sprint down the stairs. As she runs down the stairs, she falls. Oh! I've broken my leg. I can see the bone.
Oh dear.
Oh fuck. I'm going to grab her and I'm just running, trying and holding her leg as still as possible.
Okay, so you're just picking her up and running, basically.
Yeah.
But trying not to hurt her more as you do so. Okay. Let's see how successful you are. I need to deal some cards.
Yes, please. Oh, that is
that's quite
bad.
Difficult.
That's not bad at all.
What I need to...
this is going to be... So this is... I think because you're trying not to hurt her, but also move quickly. I think it's going to be acrobatics.
Fuck it. All right.
Does it have to be Gamlerad that does this?
Yeah, it's Gamlerad doing this check. Yeah.
That's a bit of a shame because I've got 3. Unless you want to hand her over to me.
Throw her in mid-stride. Don't stop. Just throw her
relay.
in mid-stride.
Oh, I'm not sharing the spectators
Fuck off.
Really, Becky? Really?
Well, it's what came up. Hang on, let me just get the screen sharing. There you go. Always wins.
Cheap trick.
What? I got dealt it.
Bang.
And so it is that you're running down the causeway of Thum, passing all of these mandated houses that all look identical, past startled dwarves in the street that all look slightly elvish, and your wife just kind of looms behind you as a presence, and you feel her branch-like gnarly hands wrap around your shoulder. And
For fuck's sake, Gamlerad, divorce the bitch and run.
Gamlerad, I'm good to see that you've tried your hardest to save her. I was right about you. You were a good choice.
I don't think I want to know what happens next. I've got a feeling it's going to involve exertion and expletions of some kind.
And so it is that you hear the sound of bones being sawn and people screaming. Every last drop of blood. You know how much this is worth? And then in comes a woman who says, enough. I have plans for this one. And it's your future wife. I think this could be the one. Noble blood, moral, courageous. Yes, he's the one.
No, I'm definitely not. I don't want to.
Bring him to my chambers.
No.
And then that flashback ends, and you're back to running out of Thum, where the crone has you by the shoulder, and she spins you around, and her face is gnarly and vicious and bubbling up in boils. Her eyes are yellow. Her her clothes are rags that all look tatty but billowing. Her grey, wiry hair sticking at all sorts of funny angles and matted with dirt and grime. And her breath stinks. Statements of intent.
Do I still have Cindy? Am I still holding
her.
Cindy? Yeah.
I'm still doing my very best Usain Bolt impersonation.
Same.
I think running's good.
I'm actually a cheetah, not a cat. I'm running like the clappers away.
So your friends run away, Gamla there you are holding your daughter, facing your horrendous wife. What do you do?
Given the fact that I'm really close to her, I'd really like to kick her in the stomach and hopefully gain the chance to run into the wild with my friends.
Kick her in the stomach.
Yeah, given the fact that my arms are occupied
Hopefully
with another
she's not
being,
got another
I'm not
daughter
gonna
in
throw
there.
my children at her. My child, not children.
Okay. That's going to be a brawling attack, but I'm going to increase the difficulty a bit because you're holding your daughter and you're trying not to hurt her.
Am I doing a power athletics check then?
A brawling check.
Brawling. Oh, brawling. Yeah, sorry. Oh no.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna eat shit. Yeah, fuck this. By one.
Close.
Fuck.
Nonetheless, take a level 7 wound as her branch-like fingers wrap around you and just seem to extend for several meters, wrapping around you several times and squeeze, cracking your back in all sorts of places before retracting back into her hand. You won't leave me. You can't. You love me too much.
First of all, was that a major wound of 7 that I took?
What is your vitality?
8.
Minor
then minor.
Yes. Because we increased it last session. Okay,
you feel more supple as she pops all your spine back into place.
Oh, I feel much better now. I do believe we have a different notion of what love should be.
You're going to hand me our daughter now, and then stand there and wait as she attempts to cast a spell on you. Meanwhile, the rest of you are running for the city gates, and the Thoom party commissars have other ideas.
Oh, goody.
And they're kind of at the main gate out of the city into the bright light beyond, which to you is just like bright white because you've been underground for, decades. So it's just, you can't even make out any detail of what's outside. It's just this bright white light. And you're running toward it. But the commissars are shouting, "Stop!" And they have crossbows that they're bringing down to aim at you. What do you do?
Is there any sort of cover I could dive behind?
Yeah, there are gardens you can dive into with prescribed bushes.
I am diving behind one of the prescribed bushes.
And there's some balsa wood white picket fences.
Which are going to be about as useful as fucking... You may as well have bloody tissue paper in front of you.
Yeah, I'm taking the fences.
I am going to head straight on.
Okay.
This is under the idea that I've got it into my head now that this is all one big dream, nightmare thing, and I've got to get to the gate and open it to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
I want to keep going, but I want to start weaving.
Okay.
I don't want to do anything that's going to stop me from taking fools, so I'm not even weaving. I'm just...
Well, the first two shots, you do get to use your dodge ability. So the first shot against each of you, you can attempt to dodge.
Okay.
Well, before we go any further there, I'm having trouble getting cards up.
Oh. Well, you're not in the thing when I dealt.
I can get a holodeck up, if that's okay.
A what deck?
I've got the holodeck. I've got the holodeck. I've got the holodeck.
That's the only one I can get up is the holodeck. All the rest don't seem to work.
Where?
What's dodge based on again?
It's just dodge archery.
It's a skill under combat skills.
Dodge
archery.
Since I'm diving for cover, would I still have to use that, or could I use the acrobatics jump?
It's technically a dodge, unless you're hiding behind the cover and it's completely effective, which it isn't. So it's a dodge.
Okay.
Okay. Well, somebody has put a card in. I think it's Ronnie. So I'm gonna just card off against that one.
I've only got one for dodge archery, so.
Oh, I'm not actually sure. You're not in armor, are you? So actually, I think I've just picked the wrong value. For you, it'll be low because you're not attacking back.
We're just not armored or armed at the moment. We're just in clothes. We're not armored or armed.
You're just in slave clothes. Let me just check a crossbow though, because I think I've rolled that wrong. Crossbow. Why didn't I make this alphabetical or some shit? Warbow, scimitar, spears, javelin, pilum, quarterstaff, rapier, hunting bow, halberd, hand crossbow. I guess that's all I've got. It's medium, so actually I would be two higher than that, so 24. So yes, that is a wound of 6 on you, Ronnie.
Oops.
Right. Hold on. Let me just. Discard just one card. Right. Okay. Right. Does the plate mail, the damage reduction of 4, because I'm not wearing plate mail, so my vitality will be down to 6 now?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so that was a 7, was it?
Yeah.
Right, so that's a major win for me.
Ooh.
Okay.
guess
Phil,
I'll
have
go
you managed to get
next
some cards up? Oh,
I
Steve
haven't,
has,
no.
so we'll do his. Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. So, ooh.
Have you tried a different browser? Oh, of course, if you refresh, you're not going to get dealt in anyway.
No.
Okay, I'll do this check and then I'll. Okay.
Yeah. I have tried a different browser, yes.
I'll redeal in a moment then.
Okay.
Should redeal anyway, because this will be the fourth check.
I'm just deciding.
That balsa was not looking good for you.
Okay, I'll try this. Oh, sweet.
Ooh, the balsa wood worked. You have evaded.
I get to possibly put some stuff in there.
Play a hand off quickly just to get rid of these cards so I can redeal. There we go. Deal. Boom.
Yay.
You've selected every deck I see at some point.
I was trying to get it to work, yeah.
Okay.
Wow. What a hogger.
One
of them is you. Don't know which one yet. We're going to find out, though, because it's your go now.
There's got to be something that'll work. Okay. I don't know which deck I'm actually playing, but I'll find out.
God damn, the rest of my hand was good.
So what is it we're doing? We're doing
dodge archery.
Yeah.
Dodge. Evade, you mean?
No, dodge.
Which dodge?
Dodge archery.
Evade is melee.
Don't look at that. I didn't realise you hadn't dealt yourself in.
So dodge is, I can't find dodge.
It's in the combat skills. It's the last one in the combat skills.
Oh shit! I ain't got nothing in that.
Ouch.
Dodge archery, nothing at all. So I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Okay, so 0 skill test. So we are going to go that one. That's one. That's okay.
Okay. Your armor, which you're not wearing, loses quality because we have a tied result. You're not wearing your armor, so
your skin loses quality.
Your clothes are torn to shreds.
My slave rags are torn to shreds.
Yeah, they basically come off, revealing a leech dangling between your legs.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Well, I could do that actually, couldn't I? Why not?
So this has swung the whole gamut from body horror of Cronenberg to the everyone drops their clothes stupidity of Benny Hill.
Back to body horror. That's a wound of strength 7 for you, Phil.
It's gone very carry on though, isn't it?
Crying tonight.
No, you do
my vitality is 7.
Is that with armor though? What's your damage reduction?
Yeah, it will be with armor. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So that'll be a major wound.
Bugger.
Okay. So back to Giorgio.
I got my spine snapped a little bit.
Yeah, it's a bit crushed. I think it was only a minor wound though, wasn't it?
Yes.
Your wife has a crush on you. Just get used to it.
Yeah. A crack on me apparently. She said I'm not leaving her because I love her too much. And what about Cindy? Do I still hold her?
You're still holding her, but she's kind of releasing herself to trying to get you to put her down. And she said, "This is the last 2 minutes of your life, Dad." is what she says as she's trying to sort of wriggle free to stand.
And I gently put her down, like on the floor.
Okay. During which time, your wife casts a spell. It is an earth spell, and this is an earth domain place. It's one you might be familiar with. It's the one where the hand grabs you. So you resist this with the same skill it's cast with, which I don't think you have. So it's going to be skill test 0 for you.
I didn't get what should I do.
It's an earth magic test.
Oh yeah, of course I got nothing.
Yeah, so it's going to be a skill test 0. So you'll be playing from your hand. However, it's earth domain, so she can play any cards and still score an earth crit. So
that's how that works.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, of course I'm screwed.
Well, it's not a crit unless she crits, but it means that any cards can work for an earth spell within earth domain.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, she is holding you for 6 turns. This hand erupts out of the ground and grabs hold of your ankle. You're not leaving me, darling.
Okay, but my hands are free, right?
Your hands are free, but you'll be fighting with a disadvantage.
Okay. Given the fact that I got a hold of my harming sword, I really want to eat her, but I don't know if I'm close enough to.
Yep, she's right in front of you at the moment.
Well, fuck it, I'm having a swing at her.
Yep. She has a skill of 0 at this.
And I got 3.
She's in trouble.
No, because I got 3 cards left.
Yeah.
Oh. Good timing.
Fucking bitch, you're going down.
Why hasn't that shown? I've done.
Is that a high because she's wearing rags, right?
Basically, yeah.
Okay. So, boom.
Okay. Yep, you've done the 5. So, you strike her down. You actually take her head off because she can't do physical damage at all. And yeah, you behead her right there and then. And so it is that you all find yourselves in the waiting room with a tattoo on your hand of a black cross. This is the day you arrived in Ashad, and your hand is now tattooed with a black cross. You're still in the waiting room. The gate opens and Will is there. He says, right, you've been processed. You can come through now.
How did I get this cross? Where did that come from?
Right. When you said before that we might need we could have an X card, I didn't think you would actually put it onto our hand for permanent use.
Well, you've been processed and found that you're not the ones we're looking for.
May I ask who are you looking for?
No, you may not. That is a state secret.
I beg your pardon then. I'm sorry.
The cross means that you are not the ones we're looking for. And he holds up his hand. It's got a black cross on it.
Okay.
We are sorry for the inconvenience that you may have experienced during your interrogation and any discomfort thereof.
Is that what it was?
Recommend you kill any of the leeches that come out in your shits for the next few days. This way, please.
I think I might get a bit cross about this.
But hold on. If they put leeches in us during the interrogation, why did Gamlerad have one before we were interrogated?
Is that what you believe?
How long have we been here?
4 days.
Well, we can forget fucking chasing that balloon now.
But I had the leech on our way here.
You may experience some disorientation from the interrogation.
You never had a leech on the way here. He was already here.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Now, if you don't mind, we need this room for the next people to come along, if there is anyone. It's not very busy at the minute.
Yeah, sorry. I grab my horse.
Yeah. We'll grab our 4 horses.
Okay. By the way, the reason I asked you to send me your character sheets earlier was so that you can now remove anything that happened during the interrogation, because it didn't actually happen. So all of those wounds and shit can all be sorted out.
Yeah, but does that count for XP spent on any skills?
You can still spend the XP if you wish.
Oh, okay. That's
but I wanted you to send them back up to me so that you had a record of how it was, so you could undo the damage and stuff or anything that happened.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
So yes, I was being kind. So
Continue
you leave the interrogation. You leave the interrogation room, and exactly as before, you turn the corner outside. You come out into the fortifications. You turn right, and it's exactly as it was before, and just as devoid of any people, except Will, who's sniffing his glue stick.
Where is everybody?
He's a complete prick, isn't he?
Let's go.
Where is everybody?
We'll figure it out.
Don't you dare ask questions of me, slave.
Yeah, what the fuck? I'm always telling you, slave number 2. I'm so sorry.
With your permission, I'd very much like you to whip him tonight. Obviously, I don't want to inhibit his mobility during the day.
Don't worry, but you don't have my permission. I'm the one who whips.
Yes, that's why I'm asking you to whip.
Oh, yeah.
Your slave tonight.
For sure. You can count on it.
I'm sure it's fucking hard talking to me and fucking questions. I'm a fucking slave. Jesus Christ, what's the word?
He really is a prick.
Move on.
Oh, shit, my head hurts. Must have been all that questioning from a fucking slave.
Yeah, this dwarf is tripping balls, so...
Yeah, you see the tunnel, which you now from your memories know is the slave pits. That's where all the industry of Ashad happens. It's underneath Ashad. Okay. So down there is workshops and all sorts of shit. Because you remember that from your memories. Because you were there.
We're not going down there.
Ahead of you is the empty city of Ashad, just as it was before. And you're walking through all these empty barrack buildings and the training grounds, the parade ground and stuff, and then a few minutes later you're there at the stairs up to the palace, and for the briefest moment you think you see your daughter Cindy looking down at you from a window, but when she sees you, she moves away.
Right, I've got a new suggestion. Let's just get the fuck out of this city. Don't go up the stairs. Let's just get out of here in a nice, straight, orderly fashion.
Mm-hmm.
4 Usain Bolts heading towards the gate like our lives depend on it, because they do.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the causeway into Thum. And you come out, or you go into the causeway, and as you go into the causeway, you can see beyond there are dwarves in the city going about their business. They look poorly dressed. and broke and poor and peasant-like. Some of them are commissars. They have leather coats on, but otherwise look peasant-like. There is a queue outside a shop.
The three of us should line up behind Gamlerud at this point.
Yeah.
Sort of try and look downtrodden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you want to ask questions that maybe don't come to mind, just come at me and whisper them to my ear so that nobody will ask me to whip you tonight again.
Mm-hmm.
Or whip you themselves.
You have your papers checked several times as you make your way down the main causeway, exactly the road you were running away on before. And you see before you the outside bright lights of the city. And yes, like before, it's all just kind of, the light is just so overwhelming that you kind of just see this bright white light. And you head toward it, and there's all the commissars at the entrance. And you kind of approach them sort of nervously, and
must be just about here. I got shot.
Yeah, you pass the spot where you were shot, and you go right up to the commissars. And the commissar doesn't even look at you. They just have their head down, and all you can see is the top of their hat. Papers. And you hand your papers over. They flick through. Very good. Hands them back. And as the hand hands back your papers, you're sure for a moment that hand looks like the hand, just for a moment, it looked like the hand of your wife, Gamlerud. And you walk out the city, and in front of you, as your eyes adjust to the light, on the kind of rolling hills down the lee side, there's a bit of a stream, because obviously there's a water source around here somewhere for the dwarves. And in front of you, you can see the tail end of a dwarven army marching away.
Oh, that's where they are.
They're going to war.
Maybe they're going to attack the balloon.
Don't really know it, the balloon, do they? Who's on the other side of the hill? That's where they're going to attack. They're going to war with the Empire, do you think?
Yeah.
From your knowledge of geography, let me just clear the cards off the table so I can have a look. Right, the other side of the hill, I mean, there's a river and it leads to a lake. You don't know much about that lake, but the Empire is to the north, and that is kind of the direction, but it also could be the Susians. They might be attacking the Susians. Who knows?
I'll try and get a hold of the first dwarf I see.
Okay, what, in the army or the commissars that you've just walked past?
Maybe the commissars.
Okay, so you turn to the commissars that you've just gone past. It's the one that you've just given papers to.
Yeah. I'm sorry to bother you, Commissar. As you can probably tell, I'm not from Arshad nor from Tomb, but maybe I know where the army is going, because I was expecting to see a lively city when I came through the gate. Now, of course, I see why it was devoid of people, and I was wondering if that's not a secret. If that's not a secret of state, of course.
That is a state secret, Daddy, says your daughter's voice. Move along.
Sorry, have a nice day.
How do these dwarves look? Are they all sort of elvinish or like dwarves?
No, not on the Thum side at all. They do look dwarven.
Okay.
The military army, the army marching away, they do look a little bit to varying degrees.
Perhaps they had that big fan running and it sucked them all into the city, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe.
Can we get out of this city, please? I'm having strange feedbacks from the interrogation.
I told you, you've got one slave, you've got one dwarf and 3 slaves, all trying to win the who's the best Usain Bolt impersonator.
And as you go to put the papers away, you notice there's an extra bit of paper in there, and it's a letter from your daughter. We shall meet once more, Daddy.
Oh no. Or maybe yes. Oh no.
Love, Cindy.
No. We shall meet once more. Hopefully not here, darling.
I didn't know you had children, Camelot.
I'm sorry?
I didn't know you had children.
Yeah, apparently I will rather than had. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm just so tired and sad. I just want.
I put my hand on your shoulder in a sort of reassuring way and say that what happened in Thune stays in Thune.
Good idea.
Yeah, I'm on board. Oh, for fuck's sake.
And that's it. That's kind of all I had for tonight. So I hope you've enjoyed this trek through Ashad Thune.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, thank you. Because I thought that would have gotten much worse.
Welcome to the group, Giorgio.
Yes. You've lost your Saturday virginity.
You have.
Finally.
And it will never be found again. It is gone.
Have 3 XP each.
Ooh,
yay.
3.
I've got to learn how to use these bloody XP.
Told us
yeah, I've been spending it.
Whenever you do a skill test, succeed or fail, you may spend the XP. The cost is the number you're about to increase it to, because you can increase by 1. So let's say you've got a brawling skill of 1 and you want to make it 2. So it's 2 multiplied by the cost next to that skill. So in the case of brawling, the cost is 1. You want to set it to 2, it costs 2 XP. And you can do that after completing a skill test, whether you succeed or fail, as long as it's after the skill test, not before.
But only in that skill.
Only in the skill you've just tested, yeah.
So I got 1 in dodge.
Woohoo!
So I now have 2 in dodge.
I think I'll spend some in dodge then, because I didn't have anything yet before.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about it. I don't know where I want to spend those.
Okay.
And for now, I shall end the broadcast. So thank you for not watching, all of you who didn't, because I figured that thanks more people than those who actually show up, which at the moment, Brando was here at the start, but he left the moment I talked about Gamrad having sex with a witch. So, no one's watching right now, so bye.
Bye.